Angel R wants us to think that there are more than one player in women's basketball, but wow, Chicago Sky just gave her the unpleasant truth. Because to Caitlin Clark, they upgraded the storied United Center and hosted the first ever WNBA games there, not merely moved a game. You might want to turn away, Angel, because this move blatantly contradicts everything you've been saying. Angel Reese wants the credit she feels she deserves for the increasing popularity of women's basketball, which doubles the number of seats, doubles the hype, and causes Caitlin Clark mania to take over. Whether you like it or not, she's the main event, and everyone, including your own team, is cashing in. Consider this before Caitlin Clark joined the league. When Caitlin arrived, the arenas were half empty, the energy was flat, and let's face it, it wasn't exactly prime time viewing. All of a sudden, every game was packed, ticket sales were skyrocketing, and ratings were exploding. Teams weren't just upgrading arenas, they were vying to host her games. Atlanta Angel Reese and all the skeptics out there, grab some popcorn and maybe a tissue because reality hit Chicago hard. Washington, and now Chicago are all pursuing that Caitlin Clark magic. Sky conveyed a strong statement in addition to making a commercial decision. Not only is Caitlin Clark the WNBA's future, but she is also the superstar revolutionizing the league right now. Stay tuned as we explore how she silenced the critics and made women's basketball a must-see event. But before we get started, please take a moment to like this video. And by joining our team and subscribing to the channel, you'll always be up to date on the most recent WNBA news, expert analysis, and breakdowns of big moves like this. Don't miss it. We've got you covered from every angle. So hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Before Caitlin Clark arrived, the WNBA was going smoothly, but let's not pretend it was making headlines. Arenas were rarely packed, and some games felt more like quiet affairs, with attendance numbers hovering around 6,600 each game. Meetings as opposed to important athletic events, people arrived casually, drinking coffee, looking at their phones, and wondering if they had left the stove on at home. Sure, the energy wasn't exactly electric, but it wasn't destroying the sports world either. Then Caitlin Clark came in, and the league didn't just wake up, it exploded with excitement. The stadium began to fill up more quickly than a free donut sale. Let's go back to Angel Reese, shall we? Angel made waves recently, with that viral interview confidently declaring that the WNBA isn't about one player subtly hinting at herself. Sports channels couldn't stop talking about her fans who traveled cross-country just to watch her play, and yes, even your grandma, who hasn't watched sports since the invention of color TV, now knows exactly who Caitlin Clark is. Let's be honest, folks, grandma doesn't even have cable.
And the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Look confident is amazing, we applaud it, and honestly, sports wouldn't be the same without it. But for a brief moment, Angel, let's face reality. When Chicago literally doubles the size of their arena for games against Caitlin Clark, it's not subtle. Rather, it's like lighting up a neon billboard in Times Square that declares Caitlin Clark is the show. It's a difficult pill to swallow, but hey, admitting reality never hurts anyone. Let's talk about the facts. Imagine being so confident about your own star power that your own team's man management openly declares, without saying a word, who the real attraction is. If the Sky truly believed your claim, wouldn't they upgrade for your matchups too? Nope. Crickets instead, they only pull out all the stops for Caitlin Clark, making it painfully clear who fans are truly lining up to see. Before Caitlin Clark joined the WNBA, you wouldn't often see WNBA games make headlines or spark social media meltdowns. But when Caitlin took the court with the Indiana Fever, the crowd didn't just increase, it skyrocketed. Recall that thrilling opening game against the Liberty, when over 177,000 yelling fans crowded into Gainbridge Fieldhouse, transforming a routine season matchup into an atmosphere you'd typically only experience during the NBA Finals or a sold-out Taylor Swift concert. It was wild, folks, pure madness. But let's be clear that this wasn't some random stroke of luck or one-time thing. Every time Caitlin hits the hardwood, the buzz is undeniable, and fans travel hundreds or even thousands of miles just to see her debut.
First pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin.
Even though she's still dubious, let's talk about teams outside of Indiana. She's not just playing basketball, she's putting on a show that spectators won't soon forget. She hits them like it's nothing with impossible shots from almost half court. If that doesn't scream star power, the Atlanta Dream moved its games to State Farm Arena, home of the NBA's Hawks, especially for Caitlin Clark's arrival to town. The Washington Mystics upgraded to Capital One Arena, home of the Wizards, for the same reason. I'm not sure what works, but let's go back to Angel Reese and her army of detractors. Those obstinate individuals committed to rejecting reality who maintain that Caitlin isn't the focal point of the WNBA universe. Angel, let's have a heart-to-heart for a moment. If Caitlin wasn't the main draw, then why is your own team, the Chicago Sky, actually changing their schedule, doubling their seating, and putting out the red carpet just for Caitlin's games? Despite your audacious claims, they didn't make these significant changes for you or anyone else in the league. It's similar to planning a party and telling everyone it's only for you, only to discover that everyone is attending because Beyoncé chose to stop by.
Clark has become a national phenom, and some fans say they went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
Quite embarrassing, isn't it? The thing about haters is that they thrive on denial like it's their morning coffee, so it's easier for Angel and all the other skeptics out there to bury their heads in the sand pretending Caitlin Clark isn't revolutionizing the league. Admitting her impact would mean facing the uncomfortable reality that they're being overshadowed by a rookie who hasn't even finished her second season yet. Imagine training your entire career and grinding it out, and suddenly this new kid walks in and steals the spotlight faster than free pizza disappears at a college dorm party. But let's be honest here. Both ticket sales and numbers are honest. If Caitlin Clark weren't such a big draw, arenas wouldn't be growing their capacity to accommodate her audiences.
Most excited to see?
Her playing. She's a good three-point shooter.
I love watching her score and just everything about.
Fans vote with their money and their feet, and they are currently rushing directly onto Caitlin Clark games, leaving haters gazing blankly at unsold tickets and empty seats. The statistics aren't whispering, they're screaming from the rooftops. Let's face it, Caitlin's world is now where the detractors only pay their rent. The owner of the Mystics, Sheila Johnson, maintains that the league has many stars who deserve recognition, and she is entirely correct. The WNBA is full with talented players from top to bottom, including seasoned veterans. There are amazing rookies, rising stars, and more talent than you can ever imagine, but let's face it, even though these players are outstanding, none of them have caused this kind of rapid expansion. Caitlin Clark is garnering significant media attention in addition to points. Let's face it, KLN is doing what decades of outstanding players before her just couldn't do. She's bringing women's basketball into conversations that it hasn't often been in before, at dinner tables, coffee shops, water coolers, and even barbershops. She's packing arenas to capacity and making headlines every single day. Because Caitlin is so captivating, folks who had never seen a single WNBA game are now routinely tuning in.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
Just watching her passion in the game, the way she just plays with her.
Saying her influence at this time would be equivalent to saying that pizza tastes wonderful, puppies are adorable, or weekends are fantastic. Not only is it incorrect, but it's also completely perplexing, and let's not forget about the TV deals. The WNBA's historic deal didn't happen because the league decided to up its marketing game overnight. Rather, it happened because broadcasters, sponsors, and pretty much everyone with eyes could see Caitlin Clark coming from miles away like a storm you see building on the horizon and think, yeah, I should probably take shelter or grab a camera, this is going to be epic. Remember, when the WNBA secured a $2.2 billion media rights agreement? Yeah, billion with a B. That's enough money to buy everyone in your city lifetime tickets and still have cash left over for popcorn. Even the WNBA commissioner acknowledged candidly that Caitlin's influence has directly increased attendance and attention to previously unheard-of levels. Fans who had never thought of watching women's basketball are now routinely turning in the hopes of seeing Caitlin Clark's next viral moment. She didn't simply boost numbers, she practically sent them into the stratosphere.
When she just shoots from half court, she's crazy. Pulls up right there, drops.
Whether it's her incredible long-range shooting skills, her spectacular passes, or just the contagious energy she exudes, rings. Everywhere, Caitlyn's one-woman highlight reel keeps people's attention on screens. You must be really enjoying the video if you've made it this far, so why don't you take a moment to click the follow button? It's completely free, very easy, and helps us continue to provide you with more amazing content, especially if you're a WNBA fan. Whether it's player spotlights, game highlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, we've got you covered, and by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. All right, let's head back to Chicago. Sky made a brilliant business move by moving the Fever Games to the United Center.
And for the first time in history, WNBA games will be played in the United Center. The Chicago Sky will host the Indiana Fever at the UC on Saturday, June 6th.